And good evening, everyone. My name is Lynn Grabowski. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tonight's a very special night. Our State of the Union call tonight with our CEO and founder, John de Vries. Very quickly, I just have to tell you that I have been waiting for this night with great anticipation. We've got some amazing things that John's going to share with you, and I have to just tell you very quickly that my husband and I have known John de Vries for over 3 years, and I'll tell you that he is an amazing man. He is our CEO, he is our founder, and he is our friend. He has a great business history. He's been in business for over 30 years, starting at a very young age. Been in the franchise business, the real estate business, and he's been a network marketer like you and I. So he knows what it takes, and he has offered us an opportunity that just seems to get bigger and bigger. So tonight, John de Vries is going to share with us some exciting news, and I am telling you, I am almost trembling with excitement. So John, are you there tonight?
I am, and thank you very much. Everything's great.
Everything's awesome, and I'm turning it over to you.
Thank you so much again, Lynn, for such a wonderful introduction, and it was great to see you last week. And I want to say welcome to everybody to tonight's State of the Union call for March 2015. My name is John de Vries, and I am the CEO of Xseed. And I'd like to say, I thank everybody for getting on tonight's call. Don't mind my voice. I've been talking a lot, so I've lost it. But thank you again for getting on this call. Tonight's probably our most important call we've probably had in the last 10 months on the State of the Union for many reasons, which I'm going to share with you. And I know you all are probably saying, wow, it's been a while since we had a State of the Union call, and where are these guys gone? And what's really happening with Xseed? Well, tonight we're going to answer them all. I got a special guest that I'm going to introduce you all to, who once you get to know him, you're going to be blown away by this incredible human being that has come to partner with us and be with us and become our family. But really, I just want to start tonight off with giving you a little history and where we have been over the last 6 months and some of the reasons for us being a little quiet. As you all know that when we started Xseed, we came out with a bang. We came out with everything and every tool and every necessary item we felt that you all needed to build your business and to live a healthier lifestyle and to really just go change your life. And, things were great that we could see from the corporate side. And little behold, we found out through last year, 2014, that there might be some areas that we need improvement. So last June, come July, I sat with our team in Las Vegas, and I brought them all into the boardroom and said, guys, what is wrong? What is wrong with Xseed? What is the field talking about? How can we be better? How can we better ourselves to help them, as distributors and customers become successful? What can we do? So we really, you guys, for the last 6 months, have analyzed Xseed from the top down in every which way you could ever imagine. And we really came up with what we're good at, what we're not so good, and what we're not good at all. So tonight I'm really going to share of what's transpired, what is happening, and it's probably going to blow your mind. Okay? So we really looked into our product line, number one. Is our product line, we all know we got great products, but are they products that people are enjoying? Are they purchasing them as customers because they're good for you and that they enjoy them? Is it a product line that needs to be added to? Do we need to delete some? We looked at our prices. Then the next item was the comp plan. Was our comp plan the right comp plan for Xseed? Was it, number one, I looked at it and said, is it too hard to explain to other people? Is it too hard to understand? Was it not paying out the way it should because the people were having a hard time getting to the ranks, et cetera, et cetera? So we evaluate the comp plan. Leadership. Did we have that one person or that group that could take us to show us the road, to help our people the path, the one, step 1, 2, 3, 4? And finally, is there something we need to add to our infrastructure that could help? In the sense of an acquisition, is there a product line, etc.? So I'm going to go down all these items tonight, you guys, and I will first off tell you what is happening on the forefront with Xseed's name and where we're going. Over the past 2 months, I have met a group out of Dallas, another company that has become very close to me, and the founder of the company had come to meet me in Vegas and started talking about where his issues were and what great things they have going and what things they could better themselves. And after about 4 or 5 hours, we looked at each other like, wow, could you imagine if we were together now and the things that we're great at, you're not so great. The things that we're not great at, you're great. Could you imagine 2 forces come together as one? Could you imagine what we could do? He looked at me and he said, absolutely. Wow. You guys have such an infrastructure, products. You got the great people and the leaders and this, and we got great products, and we got innovative products, and we got great leaders. But what we don't have is infrastructure, what you guys have. So lo and behold, everybody, we now have entered into an agreement to merge companies together and become one. So yes, you heard it now, is that we will be merging approximately April 18th with another company, and we will give you the name of the new company in the next few weeks when we send out an email to everybody, because right now we're under lock and key and Ziploc. But it is happening. We are merging. We will become a public company, which is going to open the door for everyone to go out there and better themselves and invest in themselves if they like. So it's going to be amazing, you guys. The next thing is what Xseed has done. Xseed has acquired a brand out of Beverly Hills, a personal care line, an 11-year history brand, not an MLM, in the retail world of a personal care. And when I say personal care, you all are going to look at it as skincare, the most dynamic personal care line you've ever tried, you've ever used. I promise you, 11-year history. We unveiled it to a few people, and we let them try it, Lynn being one of them. And Lynn will get back on later and tell you all about what she has seen. So you're going to see the most incredible personal care line come into the new brand. So that brings me to the product line. Let me start with the current products. Before everybody gets all worried, our current products are Shake, Fresh, AOX, and Slender will stay in our product line. Now, the Shake will be reformulated to become more of a protein shake. And we're working with the other company about using plant-based protein, no more animal-based protein, so it'll be completely plant-based. And we'll keep our Fresh, which is amazing, but it's going into a bag form. So all these will go into bags. Our AOX, the name's going to change a little bit, but it's still going to be our AOX product. It will be in a month supply bag, and our Slender will stay and will go into a bag. So our current product line of our core products is staying, and we are going to come out with, in that nutritional sector, it will be DNA nutrition. And that's all I can tell you is our new added there will be our DNA nutrition to our nutrition side. So the company is going to become an innovative wellness company. And it has the DNA nutritional products, the personal care line, and the last but not least, the SDS technology. And everyone's going to say, what's that? Skin delivery system. We're launching with 3 different SDS technology pads. They will be delivered through the skin. One is a pain, one is a sleep, and one is a energy, B12 energy. Incredible, custom-made products. We'll put out more about it. You're going to blow your mind. It's nothing like anything you've ever tried or you've seen. But that won't be launched until the summertime because we have a lot of FDA guidelines. It's not an FDA approved, but it's under FDA guidelines. So we have processes we have to do, stability testing. We have to have NDC number on our pain. So there's a lot of things that we're doing. So the SDS technology won't launch till summer. But the side of the new company, the innovative wellness company, will be the DNA nutrition, the personal care. Going to blow your mind, guys. This new product line, the people that have seen it, that are under NDAs, I'm telling you, it blew their mind. Nobody's going to have a company product line like ours. Prices are going to be amazing, etc. Next item, our compensation plan. We have now spent numerous hours and thousands of dollars making this become the number 1 comp plan in multi-network marketing history. Okay? And I'm going to start by saying it's called a hyper-binary, not hybrid, hyper-binary. It's our name. Okay? It is a binary that has it pays, I think, 5 ways only. You can teach people on a napkin how they're getting paid. But let me just give you a couple of the unique items in here that probably really going to blow your mind. Number 1, the biggest one is this. As you all know that there's out there in the world, there's breakage, where a company receives a lot of breakage in the compensation plan, and a breakage is defined as when you don't hit your level and you don't get paid the full that you could have. The company they keep the money. We have now come out with the first in history roll up of all the breakage. It's called the Differential Roll Up. This will now pay all the breakage back up the tree. And we will have a call just on comp plan in the next week. Okay? And you'll be explained in detail. It is paying back. Yes, you heard this. Paying back the breakage. So when I define this is by saying most companies out there today, 99.9% of them, are betting that you all don't win. And why they do that is because if everybody maxed out the comp plan in all these other companies, right, they would pay out every dime. There would be no breakage. So companies have built their infrastructure and their bottom line profitability on breakage. So they're hoping that some make in, but 90% of them don't. We're betting on you maxing out, each and every one of you, the compensation plan to its fullest. And when you do, we all win. The company wins, and everyone out there in the distributors, customers, everyone wins. That's going to be one of the biggest breakthroughs in the history. 2, the match bonus. The match bonus is not based on your rank like other companies. And again, I'm going through this, but you're going to hear it on the call, the comp plan call. But the match bonus is now, let's say I enroll my sister, and my sister really only knows one guy or girl that's big. She doesn't really know the business, but she goes and finds this one person who's a big-time networker. but her own personal rank is not way up there on the totem pole. So her match bonus really is at 10%. That's her rank. That's her percentage for her rank. But she enrolls this big person. This big person takes it to the top, becomes a diamond, triple diamond, whatever they are. And his is, or hers, is a 25% match bonus. She will now get the percentage of that person. So if that person's at 20, she'll get 20, not 10. That's unheard of in the industry. So those are two items that are going to pay massive amounts of money, guys. Amazing. Along with all of our binary ways, that is nothing like you've ever been used to. So don't miss that comp plan call. We're going to send out by the end of the week for everybody. You've got to get on it because it's going to be explained item by item, and it's not hard, simple. So this comp plan, guys, is getting ready to blow your mind. Now, next item up for tonight is leadership. We all know that in every business, not just multi-level, you need those certain people that really have the leadership and the knowledge to help and build a system that people could follow so they could go be successful. There might be a lot of people out there in every business that know a lot about the business or know a lot of people, but just don't know the building side of it, the training side, etc. About 6 months ago, or more than that now, probably 8 months ago, I was introduced to this gentleman. 3 guys entered my office, and 3 dynamic guys from another company who were introduced to me by a friend said that you got to meet these 3 guys. These guys got to meet you. So we all agreed to meet. They flew out. They spent 2 days with me. One of them really, the minute I met him, I looked in this man's eyes, and I knew that he and I, no matter if it was business, friendship, worship, whatever it is we're going to do, one day, he and I are going to do something. And after the second day that they were at my office, he left. When he got home, we spoke. And it was like we were brothers from day one. And he told me through the phone, John, it's not right. Something's not right. And he's going to tell you the story, but I'm going to give you my side of it. And I said, you know what? I'm feeling the same thing. I don't feel at this time it's right. But I know someday we will come together in something. And we will do something so great that the world's going to see us. And a few months went by, 2 months, 3 months, and he reached out to me, and I reached out to him just for saying hello. And I said, you know what? I think that I need to send you to come to L.A., and we need to spend 4 days just having fun, getting to know each other. No business, no nothing. He said, you know what? You're right. It's time. He flew to L.A. We spent 4 days. On the 4th day, I felt like I'd known him for 30 years and that he was my family already. And we didn't say one word about business until the last hour before we went to the airport. I had a deal on a piece of paper for him, and he turned it over without looking at it and said, we don't need paper. You know what, John? After seeing everything and being with you, you know what you need? You need someone to come in and really look at your company from the network marketing side and help you find direction. You got great everything else. I said, you know what? You're 150% correct. I said, before I could open my mouth, he said, I might not be it. I can help you find somebody. And I looked at him and I said, no, you are him. He said, that's fine if you want me to. I said, more than I want you to. I said, let's shake each other's hand. And he looked at me and he says, John, there's no deal. All I want to do is come consult for you for 30 days, the month of December. And on the 23rd of December when I leave, we shake each other's hand, we do a deal, or we shake a hand and we go away. And I said, you know what, even more, I want you to tell me because I'm an entrepreneur, and I don't lose. But I also know that sometimes you have to, call it a day. He said, we're going to make a decision after what I see. I'm going to give you my feeling and my thoughts. On the 23rd, you guys, we stood up December. He shook my hand, gave me a hug, and said, "We going to $1 billion, John, with what we've done in this month. I'm all in. Are you?" I said, "I'm all in. Let's go." And he and I, and Cody and Brian and this man and everybody, we become family, friends, and we've really honed down to something so special. And I'm gonna introduce him right now because you all want to hear from him. His name is Mr. Damon Crump. Mr. Damon Crump is the most incredible human being. Not a networker. I mean, not just in networking. He's a tremendous networker, but a human being, a Christian man, a father of 4 kids, a husband for many years, a wonderful wife. He can go on and on about this gentleman, and you'll never find anything wrong about him. That's the problem. The guy's incredible. And I know one thing, he and I, like he said the other day, John, you're like Steve Jobs. You pull the best out of me because that's what we do. And this thing has become, with the Xseed family, the most incredible, dynamic, unbelievable concept about to come out and explode that you've ever seen. And right now, I want to introduce Mr. Damon Crump to you all. Damon, you on?
Yes, sir. Mr. de Vries, can you hear me okay?
I can. I'm leaving this stage is for you, bro.
Well, man, first of all, I want to thank you, and I have to just acknowledge the lovely Lynn Grabowski for hosting this call on tonight. Man, thank you so much for bringing everyone up to speed in such an eloquent and professional and efficient way in terms of where the company is headed. And man, just Cody, I know you're out there as well as Brian. I just appreciate you guys and having a privilege and honor to be able to work with the wonderful corporate staff. I want to be real brief in what I want to share because I want to be very respectful to our leader and visionary, Mr. de Vries, after he laid everything out for us. What I've realized and what I've come to respect in this industry is when you have the opportunity to work with leadership that understands the dynamics of what it takes to build the field, which also helps build the company. And if any of you guys are on this call and you're taking notes, and I shared this information briefly, I did a call with Mr. Keston Robinson, phenomenal leader out of the Florida area, and some of his leaders, and I shared this information, and I want to be able to give it to you guys as well because, sometimes what we do is we'll hear people talk about how they're excited about an opportunity or a company, but they can't tell you why. And I don't believe in just making blind statements. I don't believe in making empty statements. I believe in validating the things that I tell you guys. And one of the things that I want to tell you, I'm excited, and I'm excited for 3 reasons, and I'm going to explain them to you. Here's the first reason. Companies go through 3 phases, and companies start off in what's called a formulation stage. And right now, that's where this company is at. Formulation stages, this is where a lot of companies fail. A lot of network marketing companies, that's why so many don't make it, because they're never able to survive formulation. Some of you guys may say, what is formulation, Damon? That's when the company's getting started. They're on back order with products. The checks are not going out on time, and, customer service is not in place yet. And this is where most people can't handle it, and they walk away and they leave. See, what's so exciting, though, about formulation is that if you're able to get the right company and you can weather the storm through their formulation stage as they're putting everything together, this is where the wealth is created. Guys, if you look at people like the late, great Bill Britt and Dexter Yeager, all of these guys that's been with Amway, a lot of them were there in the beginning. And when you're there in the beginning, you will never, ever, I don't care how good you are, because a person that's able to survive formulation stage, it has nothing to do with talent or skills. From that point, you will never be able to surpass that person financially. They will always be at the top of the food chain of Amway. You can go take Organo Gold, Holton Bug, Shane Moran. I don't care how good or talented you are, you will never be able to surpass them financially. Why? Because these guys were there during the formulation stages. And why am I telling you this? Because many of you leaders that's on the phone right now, you have the exact same opportunity at hand. That's why I'm excited. Remember, I told you guys, when we tell you something, we're going to validate it and show you why you should be excited, because when you're studying companies and you're looking at companies, this is what you're looking for. Because if your vision is strong enough, you can actually will the company into the direction that you desire it to go. See, for me personally, John know it. I've probably met with so many founders and CEOs of companies as me and the leadership core that I work with. We've been pouring over companies and getting on conference calls and flying into corporate offices, but none of them had what Xseed had in terms of formulation. I was not able to get that window of opportunity. A lot of these companies were already established. Their wheels were already turning. But I wanted a company that we can be at the foundation of getting things going. The second phase of a company that you're analyzing and you're looking at and you should get excited about is being able to take the company to stability. See, after formulation comes stability, when the company stabilizes. Okay, you got past all those trivial issues. Okay, distributors are not complaining now because, you sent me 12 ounces of product and I was supposed to get 10, and I was supposed to get 10, you only sent me 8. All of these things that, distributors who don't understand business begin to complain about, and, the check came on Friday, it was supposed to be here Thursday, those different things. Now the company is stabilized. The company customer service is flowing. The checks are going out on time. There's no more back order issues. The product formulations is knocked out the park. Now this is where the company begins to make a serious profit, which leads the company into the third phase, which is momentum. Guys, when companies hit momentum, that's when now you start hearing about companies doing $80, $100, $200, $300, $400 million in revenue. And now those people, remember, that was a part of the formulation stage, their wealth has been solidified for their children's lives, because they saw the vision, they were strong enough to hang in there, but they also was willing to will the company in a direction that it needed to go with the right leadership. But then the big question comes, and you guys should be asking yourself this, or you should be saying it through the phone, Damon, but what happens with momentum when companies go backwards? You're 100% correct. One of the missing pieces of the puzzle that I saw that we're going to need to do to sustain the momentum is to have our CAP. And guess what that is, guys? Our customer acquisition program. That's what's going to sustain the momentum, because most companies, they build big, but they never really have an end user. We sat down, guys, and we poured over a program that's designed for customers, that's going to help the field attract people buying the product. Because one of the things we realized is, hey, Damon, you can't create a program that's for people like yourself and people like, Eric Casey and Brian and Jackie Thayer and Brian and Jason Lyons. You can't create those type of programs. Damon, what you need to do is have a program for that soccer mom. This is her first time doing network marketing. for that elementary school teacher who may not have a big sphere of influence, but they can go out and make $500, $1,000 a month selling the product. You got to think outside of yourself. See, this is what sustains the momentum, when you're able to actually have people buying the product. And guys, we're going to start with the end in mind. We're going to start at the beginning, already preparing for the momentum, because I don't care what anybody says, recruiting numbers at one point is going to slow down because people can only recruit for so long. But I tell you now, guys, if you have a positive customer program and people are actually buying the product, we will be solidified for life, because that's the best type of residual income you could ever receive from people that's actually buying the product. And the last thing I want to say before we close out on tonight is that with our Leadership Advisory Board, this is going to be so key, because we're going to have an advisory board of leaders that's going to be informing corporate and the founders, Mr. de Vries and his staff, on what's going on in the field, what we can do better, how we can make things more efficient. Because, guys, there's nothing like listening to the voice of the troops that's out on the battlefield. And we want to hear what you have to say. Now, it's not going to be a complaining session. We don't want to always entertain complaining, guys. What we want to do is we want to come to the table with efficient solutions so we can make this company better, because it's our goal to make this company a $1 billion per year company within a 5-year time frame. What these guys are putting together, being an innovative wellness company, that's what got me excited, because I said to myself, okay, these guys are willing to be cutting edge, ahead of the field, nothing like anybody else has. And when I started seeing that, that's when I knew I wanted to align myself with these visionaries and where they were headed. So we're getting excited. I hope you guys are. We're going to be having more information calls in terms of compensation plans, updates as we're moving along. And I just want to tell you, Mr. de Vries, I can't thank you enough for partnering with my family and I, man, and I'm looking forward to a prosperous future together. And on that note, I would hand it over to you for any closing comments before we close this call out tonight.
Thank you, Demond. Amazing. I thank you again, because everybody, Demond was very, very ill for 3 days. He got a bad flu, and I got him today. He's feeling a little better, and I totally appreciate your time. And guys, Demond has such a huge plan in place, you guys, that you're all going to get from calls for, I think he's going to do, and Demond, if you're still there, talk, 10 calls a day for 6 months. And he's got such a mind, you guys, that just to sit with him, you'll sit there for 4 hours and you'll think it was an hour. He just has such a spectacular brain, and it's just so much fun to be around him. And the time that we've spent every day, Cody and Brian and I, and it's really been good. And I think that you all are just going to, the ones that everyone that's met him in the last couple of weeks, you all know what he's about. His actions speak louder than his words. The man, I know you're all probably going to Google him, but you'll never find anything bad about this man. And he's one to latch on to, because he's your man. He's our man. He's going to partner with us, to be with us, to build this leadership, to take this to $1 billion, you guys. We have it now. We got the vision. We've got the products. We got the innovative wellness, like you said, the cutting edge. We got the best comp plan and the best leadership, the best people. What more do we need now? This is the start. The call. And like Demond said, call schedule out very soon. But I'm telling you, what more does a company need and won't wish? Their wish list that we have. Everybody wished they had what we got now. It's going to be from April. Our goal is April 18th to kick it off. We'll know more in the next 10 days, exact date, but right now, tentatively April 18th. You do not want to wait. You do not want your people to not get back and be active. if they do not get active immediately, they're going to regret every minute of it when they see you and the fun that you're having and the success you're having, that they're going to look back like, why didn't I just stay in? Because we got it. And we are there for you like we've been since day one. And we never gave up. We never would give up. We knew that we would ultimately come together, find what you all needed, and we got it. So on that note, guys, I know it's 35 minutes, and I know that we usually keep it to about 20, but I know that I had so much to tell you. We are going to put out the call schedule for demands. We're going to put out the call schedule for the comp plan. Get your people back in, excited. The tree does not go anywhere different. The tree is the same. Nobody loses their spot. Now's the time for get all your people back active because they were here at the beginning. But just wait till you see also the army, the team that Damon is bringing, that he's creating. You guys, if you don't get your people back fired up, back active, you're not doing them any good for not telling them, because they're going to miss something. So you need to get on that phone tonight and now and say, guys, you better get back active again, because they didn't lose their spot unless they terminated themselves or resigned. Other than that, they can just get back on, out of shift, and become active. So on that note, everybody, I can't wait now every month to have these calls again. But more so I'm happy about is that you guys, we're on a road to $1 billion, and you got your man, Damon Crump. He's going to be the face of this company, guys. You're going to love this man. Get his number, email the office. He'll do calls for you, whatever you need. So everybody, have a great rest of the week. I know in California here, it's going to be 85, 90 degrees. We're going to the beach. We want to see you all there. Have a great night. May you all be blessed. Take care.